The phone and push the top back. I've been hustling for a long time and I can't stop that. Big like I'm that, best believe it, and them all back. Yeah, I be ballin' all the time. I'm point guard and a quarterback.
What's going on, everybody? This is going to be another one-on-one interview from Sports and Culture Sports Media. I'm your host, Tyler Butler. I'm here with one of my close friends, CC Ivory. CC, how's it going, man?
What up, T? I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing real good. So today, we're going to talk about what we've kind of been hyping up for months. And really, it's finally here. It's December. It's going to be happening next month for January. And I'm going to, of course, give you the floor to let you break that down. The HBCU MLK Unity Invitational here in Greenville, going to be at Bon Secours Wellness Arena. You are one of the visionaries, the main visionary behind this dream. If you can, just for the weekend, before we kind of get a breakdown of everything, of what's going to be going on those 5 days. And guys,
Right.
Tickets are available now. I have that information at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you go down there and get your tickets today. This is going to be historical here in Greenville, South Carolina. But CC, I want to go ahead and give you the floor and explain everything of what this weekend means and how this all came about.
Yeah, so I appreciate it, man. It's been a journey. You know, you've been there from day one. This happened through a process of campus tours last fall with the HBCU 3x3 Hoop It Up campus tour, and it evolved to where we're at now. It's humbling, but it's a blessing to be in a position to do something like this in your city. Again, it's the HBCU. It's the inaugural year of the HBCU MLK Day Unity Invitational. Here in Greenville, man, there's 16 teams, men's and women's basketball programs from around the country, man, that has involved into to wanting to come here and participate in something that I think is, monumental. Not only monumental, but historical. I mean, it's giving our kids here in Greenville. I've always said it because we sit in between Atlanta and Charlotte. We don't have access to professional ball clubs. And in this day and time, with social media, it gives you the access to be not an overnight success, but it gives you more visual possibilities. It gives you more opportunities for coaches to see you. And so with this, we wanted to keep it in the realm of the HBCU spirit, man. I think I told you guys back last fall when we were embarking on the HBCU tour, it was much bigger things to come. Did I think it would be 6 months later? Nah, I didn't see it being 6 months later, but you never know what God has in store for you. But again, it's 5 days of nothing but exciting events, man. Starting with on January 11th, we got the MLK Scholarship Gala, where we'll be giving scholarships away to some deserving students in Greenville County and outside Greenville County. They will have an opportunity to research and submit, I'm assuming, some information, and the board and the committee will decide, which essay is the winner of those scholarships. We have a number of state institutions that are already on board with the scholarships. I don't know the definite amount right now, but the last number I heard, it was like $60,000-$70,000 that had already been committed to the scholarships.
Wow.
So that's on Thursday, January 11th, and then the 12th, of course, we got the MLK Legacy Breakfast, where we want to highlight 12 trailblazers in the city of Greenville and Greenville County that have paid their dues to public service over the last few decades. And so personally, it was something that I wanted to do, because each of these individuals, they shared some things with me over my 47 years of being on this earth. They've said some things to me along the way, and I just never forgot it. So I wanted to go back and say thank you to them publicly. And I thought this was the right time to do it, where I could get all of them in the same room and personally say thank you. Whether it was, encouraging me during my time of playing ball here, whether it was through me working in my community, they all poured into me. They all planted a seed, and so I've had a chance to tell them all, thank you personally. But I'm the fruit that you bear, and I hope that I've done you guys proud, and I hope that I continue to do them proud. And then, of course, we've got a number of partnerships, man. We got the HBCU night at the Swamp Rabbit game on Friday night. We partnered with U.S. Elite Basketball and Gerard Mustaf and his staff, former Maryland Terrapin, NBA ball players. So we partnered with them to host a number of events, coaches and community, where they're going to come in and be discussing NIL deals and different things. We wanted to partner with those guys simply, man, to have kids in our community have access to former NBA player and collegiate players, to be able to touch them, to be able to feel them. It's one thing to see it on television, but then when you can physically have a conversation with these guys and they can give you those jewels and those nuggets of what it takes to be a collegiate ball player, or first of all, what it takes to be a good middle school ball player, and then a great high school ball player, and then a phenomenal collegiate ball player. So I wanted to put those guys in front of those kids. And that's through relationships. Like I said, we got that. And then on Saturday, we got, of course, the games. We got 4 amazing games on Saturday the 13th. That then rolls over into our Sunday event, which we have a great resource day where it's allowing families and individuals to come out and get the information that they need. The meat is the potatoes for me. The substance is the basketball, right? And all of the ancillary events are the things that our community need. And so you're just trying to provide everything in 5 days that we can help our community grow. The resource day is being ran and spearheaded by Shayla Griffin, Omni Roots Foundation, a great foundation that's doing great work here in Greenville, man. And so what I wanted to do, man, once I got the platform, and I told you this from day one, once I got the platform, I wanted to bring as many people with me as possible. So I reached out to everybody that I know in my community that was doing positive things. This is just not me trying to tote this wagon. I reached out to resources. I reached out to friends and said, hey, I have this platform. Would you join me? So then we got the resource day, like I said, but then the highlight of what I think the weekend is 2 of them outside of the basketball. The Worship at the Well church service. I pastored with a childhood friend of mine, middle school, high school friend, Pastor Sean Dogan over at Long Branch Baptist Church. And so we're trying to put 5,000 people in the Bon Secours Wellness Arena for worship service, man. I wanted to be obedient in this blessing. I don't take nothing for granted, man. I understand 1,000% that when you're giving something, you got to figure out a way to give it back. That's just how I was raised, and I've said it before, I'm never going to change. When the opportunity presents itself for me, it's just that you learn to give it back. And so through this worship service, man, I'm hoping Greenville comes out in surrounding areas. It's free.
That was my question. Was there any charge for the worship service? So
No.
free of charge, there should be absolutely no reason why we can't come together collectively and spend a day of worship together. That's absolutely awesome. Yeah.
And you guys know me. I still get out and I shoot to, for exercise, not for competition, to stay in shape. And, but I still have a competitive drive, whether it's, us playing ping pong, us playing, we playing golf, or we in there shooting jump shots. I still have that competitive drive, but I've taken that drive into this event. And I want to spearhead and showcase not only my city, but my community in a bright light. And then also I want to showcase these HBCU institutions, because you and I, we were together on several campuses, and there are needs. And it's not going to be just this one event that solely produces all of the things that the schools are going to need that's participating, but it's a start. It's us getting off to a start to doing some, phenomenal things in our community. But the worship service is one of the things that I think is going to be phenomenal for the Greenville community. Never before have you seen over 40 pastors, African American pastors at that, in one place.
Under one roof.
Yeah, under one roof. And the nag on that was I was told it couldn't happen. It's difficult sometimes, and that's the plague in our community. We can't work together. But luckily for me, man, I've tried to keep a good name through it all. That allowed me to have these resourceful conversations, to sit down and say, hey, could this possibly happen? Can we make this happen? And luckily for me, man, everybody that you're going to see this entire weekend, they believed in the vision. I made the vision as plain as possible to make that happen. And then after the worship service, man, I did something else that, just was on my heart. I reached out to Legacy Charter High School, which in my opinion is one of, if not the best high school as far as basketball is concerned in Greenville County. You just look at what BJ's done over there, man, over the last 5 or 6 years or throughout his career, 350 wins, man. He got 3 or 4 kids in the league. You show me another coach around here that's doing that right now. But I wanted to give those kids an opportunity to play on that stage. And so I reached out to him, man. So Legacy is playing at 4 p.m. over at the Well. Athletic prep out of Myrtle Beach. They'll be traveling up. So we're going to have some outstanding basketball, high school basketball in that weekend. Again, that was one of those things of pulling others along with you. Give those kids an opportunity to get in that arena, man, and see those banners and those jumbotrons and stuff running. I think it sparks something. I don't know what it's going to spark, but I hope and pray that the kids walk in there and they see the lights and they start dreaming, start imagining themselves on the bigger stages, start seeing themselves at the bigger schools, and hopefully in the NBA. I can't say what the future holds, but while I have this platform, I'm going to do my part to make sure that kids have opportunity. And that's the thing, in order to really see something and be it, you have to put that platform in front of them. Give them the opportunity to create their own path. It's so much talent here in Greenville, man. And I looked at it over the last 5 or 6 years, and I think we talked about it a lot on the tour. A lot of kids are staying home now because they don't understand the possibilities and potential of attending HBCUs, right? Everybody wants to do the PWIs, and that's not going to happen because, when you look at statistically and you start looking at the numbers, it's 14 scholarships and they still got probably 5 or 6, maybe 7 players still on the team. So they may have 2 full scholarships. And here you are in Greenville, as a junior or senior without any recruiting leeway at the moment. And then you finish your high school career and then you don't give your state schools opportunity, because it was never in your peripheral, it was never on your to-do list. So I wanted to get those schools here to allow those kids to go down there and see themselves in those student athletes and say, you know what, that could be me. It's more than one way to skin a cat, bro. Right. You can always continue living out your passion and your dream, but you just got to find what works for you. And so that's really what it's about, getting these HBCU schools here. And then again, like I said, that's Sunday night with Legacy and athletic prep. And then after that, immediately after that, man, we got the high school and middle school step fest.
Step show.
So this was about creating an experience, man. That Greenville has never had. You and I had an opportunity to get on some campuses and experience those things. But the generation now, they haven't. The ones that really need to see it. the kids that come from unforeseen situations and circumstances right now. For those 5 days, I just want to give them the opportunity to just open up their minds and just dream. As far as being around you guys from a media standpoint, taking a middle school or a young high school kid that has an interest in journalism and media, and giving them an opportunity to take the camera or whatever and interview. It's just planting the seed, man. We don't know. Our job is just to plant the seed. We don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I think if we plant the seed, we are going to get a good harvest here at some point in time through these kids. And then that culminates all Sunday, man, with the Step Fest. And then Sunday we got, which I think is the most significant piece to this entire weekend, because we are celebrating Dr. King's birthday. We are celebrating Dr. King's vision. And I would like to think that we are a part of it, but we are doing hopefully it's the staple piece in the city of Greenville moving forward. It's the March to the Well, where we'll start
Monday, correct?
That's Monday, January the 15th,
right.
Dr. King's birthday. We are having the March to the Well parade, walk. But what we wanted to do was just come in solidarity. Everybody, city council, the mayor's office, politicians, teachers, lawyers, judges, your community, community centers, the kids. We want to get everybody out. We're going to start at City Hall. And we're going to march to the well. And the reason I want to do that, that's my thank you to those individuals that paid the ultimate sacrifice during civil rights. Dr. King had a dream, but he had to have some people that believed in it, and they paid the ultimate sacrifice. We don't have to get into that discussion, but we know what it was about. And if you don't, it's on history channels, it's on Google, put it in front of them so that they can see where and just how much our people has had to overcome and endure. And that's not a a sympathy plea. It's a thank you. It's a thank you for allowing me to be in a position to have an HBCU invitational in Greenville, South Carolina, at Bon Secours Wellness Arena on Dr. King's birthday.
Incredible.
So the universe, it has a funny way, man, of coming into play, man. The stars are aligning. And I hope that Greenville not only appreciates it, but they take for one moment to take a step back and just see how far we've come. Because civil rights was, 50 years ago, it wasn't that far removed to where, the possibility of this was impossible. It was just things that we've had to overcome. And so, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for making that sacrifice. And then, of course, the March to the Well. And then, of course, we got 4 outstanding basketball games again on Sunday. That Monday evening, starting at 12 p.m. And so, like I said, man, it's 5 days. It's a lot. Little did I know that it was going to be this much work.
But it's grown into something special. Just seeing it unfold.
Yeah.
Getting the list of activities and looking at it, and even our Monday meetings, listening to everybody.
Yeah. And everybody's excited.
This is going to be a spectacular event.
Everybody is excited about what we're doing, man. I don't want to get off of this call without recognizing the schools, the teams that'll be here. So on Saturday, January the 13th, 12 o'clock, man, we got Bowie State versus Shaw University women, Clinton College versus Payne College women, Claflin University versus Mars College women, and then finalizing that night, Fayetteville State versus Clinton College men. We were all in support of the Girl Dad movement with Code, right? And so we have a lot of talented young women in Greenville County. And I'm holding charge to all high school coaches and middle school coaches in Greenville. Get those kids there to see it. Get those kids in front of those coaches so that they can understand what it takes to compete. Just don't talk to them about basketball, and because it's basketball is a business. Whether you're in college or you're in the pros, it's a business, and you got to know how to conduct yourself, and then you got to know what coaches are looking for. Just because you can play doesn't mean that you're a good fit for that program, right? And these are the things that you have to teach with the game. It comes along with the game. It's just not about the X's and O's. It's a lot of things that go into it. So yeah, I want to, hold that charge to the coaches in Greenville County, Spartanburg County, Anderson County, Lawrence County, wherever. If you have a young lady or a young man that's playing in your program that don't have those offers right now, you need to get them to Greenville, South Carolina, to the Bon Secours Wellness Arena that weekend so that they can physically see, have an opportunity to communicate and network and understand what it's going to take. I've always said it's a bridge. Use it. That bridges are there for a reason. And all we're doing here is building a bridge that's going to allow others to cross over. That's it. It's simply it. And the only way I knew how to do it was through the game that I'm absolutely passionate about. I love the game of basketball, man. But I want to see more kids with an opportunity. I do genuinely. I want to see more kids from Greenville, South Carolina get an opportunity to experience playing collegiate basketball. It doesn't have to be D1. It doesn't have to be D2. It could be NIA. It could be junior college. It's so many other avenues that will allow you to continue to play this game. And then on Monday, we got jump back in it, man. We got 12 o'clock p.m. Lane College versus Livingstone women, Lane College versus Livingstone men, St. Augustine versus Johnson C. Smith. And then, of course, we finish up the night with Claflin versus Mars men. So it's great basketball, man. It's exciting basketball for the first year. I've looked around. I've looked around the country. It's a lot of great things going on with the HBCU rim, but nobody has 16 teams. This was a hard pull, and shout out to those that played a part from day one to making us evolve to this. And as a media company, as someone is trying to get the foot in the ground and get a toehold on pushing youth sports and athletics in Greenville County, it's a grind, man. It's a grind. It's something that you wake up with, you go to bed with, you take throughout your day with. And over the last 6 months for me, man, it's been nonstop, continuously nonstop, every day meeting on the phones, on Zooms, talking to the coaches, communicating with, the arena, talking to the city. It's just been continuous. But I take it all in stride, man, because I do understand, and I don't take it lightly, that it's a blessing. So I have to give 10,000% into making this possible, even on the days when I'm drained. I just gotta push myself to see this through, because I think that it's going to open up the door for young athletes in Greenville County. Period.
Absolutely. And to end this here, I just want to talk about again how important this event is. This has never happened before here in the city. Having a HBCU showcase based around basketball, and not just men, but women's sports as well, which is always seemed to be forgotten. But we're going to have that on the forefront, down not at just a high school arena or a YMCA, but the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, the brightest lights that we have here in Greenville. This is a spectacular opportunity. Guys, get your tickets. I want to sell this entire arena out. That way we can do this annually, and it grows to only become bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more of these episodes, this is just episode 1. We're going to have them all the way leading up to the event. You're going to get more and more information of how you can maybe volunteer to be part of the event. There's all kind of different things. We're looking for media help as well, how you can apply for credentials. if you like the intern here with us at Sports and Culture Sports Media, all that information is going to be readily available. So just continue to watch these one-on-one interviews that we have. CC, before we end it, man, just wanted to thank you for putting this together, for allowing us here at Sports and Culture to be a part of it. I'm excited. We're 30 days out, and I can't wait, man.
Yeah, 30 days out, man. And so, it's a push time now. It's a push time to get people excited. I know Christmas is here. We got some things that we're going to be rolling out here in the next week for high school and middle school programs as far as discounted tickets. It's just things that we're going to do. We partner with Odyssey Radio Broadcasting, and so they're going to be coming on. We're going to be doing a 30-day push throughout the radio, social. Again, like you said, volunteers, corporate partners, sponsors. I mean, we're taking it all in to make this event a huge success. But at the end of the day, what I want people to take from this invitation and going forward, it's about community. It's about us understanding that we're all here for a certain period of time, right? And if you do nothing else with your dash, you got that born date, and then you have that exit date, but then you always have that dash in the middle. I'm just focused on doing something with mine, man. Right? That's simply it. I'm not looking for no pat on the back. I'm not looking for nobody to come up and tell me anything other than what I know. I'm doing it just from the simple love of the game, first of all, of the game, and then simply to just pass it on, man. I didn't play at the pinnacle, which is the league, but the career and the friendships and the brotherhoods that I gained from the game of basketball, man, is forever priceless to me. It's forever near and dear because I had an opportunity to do it alongside some of the best athletes in the world, right? And I got a chance to have lifelong relationships. And that's what basketball done for me, and so if I could get a kid just to get a little tad of that, or just to, just have that moment to where they can say, I competed here, here, and here, then I feel like my job was done. I feel like I done something that was resourceful enough to allow other kids to have an opportunity to do something that was not in their future. I've always said it, and I'll continue to say it. The community is only going to grow as much as we water it. The elders watered it, right? The legacy breakfast on the Reach, they watered it. They watered the community, but they've ran their race.
Right.
They've ran their race. They paid their dues. So what about our generation?
It's time for us to pick up the bucket.
What are we gonna do? It's only so much you can do on TikTok and Instagram. It's only so much. Sometimes you got to put your hands to the plow. Get out there and let them see you do the work. So now they're motivated that nothing has to be given to them. They're willing to do the work. The reward ain't gonna come instantaneously, but you do the work. And you were there with me from day one. But we did the work.
Definitely put it in, man. And
we did the work. We got on the road. We hit those schools. We made sacrifices. Ultimate sacrifices. I was on that tour, man, and my grandmother was sick.
Yeah.
I was on that tour and my grandmother was rushed to the hospital, and God bless her soul. Now she's no longer with us, but that was the sacrifice I was willing to pay. And then if anybody know me, I'm not leaving her side. I wasn't leaving her side, but that was a commitment that I made because I wanted to see the game grow. I wanted the kids, and I still want the kids in Greenville County to experience it. Just have that moment to come in there, like you said. We've seen the NCAA. We've seen when the Lady Gamecocks are here, and 14,000 people are going crazy in that
It
arena.
just doesn't. I mean,
It's
nothing like it.
energetic, man. It's so energetic. And so I'm not saying that we're going to be able to create that exact same environment this year. Hopefully we will, but if we can get, close to it, to where those kids can go back and just get hungry, just I want to light a fire, man. I just want to light a fire across Greenville to
Yeah.
where kids are just getting off of video games. And I know people are going to probably be upset with me because of esports and all that, but getting off those games, getting out and socializing and going to hoop at the rec center or going to hoop at the parks, getting back out and being a community, because that's how that's how you grow. That's what you do in order to help each other um later on in life. And you do it through the sport. But that's it, man. Again, I thank you for trusting me.
Oh, absolutely.
Trusting me when I told you, man, bigger is upon us. It's upon us. Thank you to sports and culture. Thank you to every person that has joined our team. It's so many to name that I will probably forget some of the names, and I don't want to do that, but they know who they are. That's at our meetings on Mondays. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because it was not one no. It was no reservation. Everybody was like, yo, we with you. We want to see this win. And it's time. It's overdue. And so we're gonna bring the year in right. We're gonna celebrate Dr. King's life and legacy, man, in the right way. And we're gonna do it in the spirit of excellence.
Mhm.
We're gonna do it in the spirit of excellence. We're gonna do it with no recourse. It's family friendly, so we want the kids to come out. It's a lot of things that we're gonna be doing throughout the community centers. We're gonna make it possible for every young man and young woman that wants to be in attendance, to be in that arena where they can see this. When they can see it live and in person, and then just go back home, man. When their head hit the pillow that night, man, let them dreams come, man. Just start, let the wildest dreams happen. But nah, man, like I said, we're gonna do this weekly leading up to the event. We're gonna try to get some of the coaches on. We got some plans, but we got some work to do. We got 30 days of work to do, man. And God be for us. Who can be against us, bro?
Yeah. Hey, it's time to work, man. Now, man.
Yeah,
Time to get it. Time to
yeah,
grind. I've been, man. Actually, I've been waiting about a year. I think it's been a year that's been in motion,
yeah,
and now it's
yeah,
here. I've put kind of everything on the back burner. Like I'm 100% all in on this project, helping them pushing marketing, doing everything we can here as the media company to get the word out. I want the arena packed, like
yeah.
sold out.
Yeah, I mean, man, and I know we got weeks and weeks to come, but it's so many in-game things that people are not going to believe. I'm not going to give up any of the secrets right now, but I
Yeah,
know it's not going on around the country. I know nobody else is doing this. We gonna create something, man, where it's when you used to go to your cousin's house or the family reunion and everybody get together and you just have a ball, or even now, when you get together with your friends and it's just one of those, moments where it's just like, wow, we here, we're able to experience it. We got some in-game things, man, it's gonna be pretty dope, man. I think it's gonna be one of those things where people just talk about it. And then I think people will start incorporating it into some of the things they're doing around the city or in other cities. And I want to see it. Because we're in Greenville, and it's room for everybody. It's room for everybody. But I'm excited, man. Like Tyler said, man, tickets on sale right now at the Bunsen Course Wellness Arena or at Ticketmasters. And it's affordable. It's affordable. $20 a ticket. That's $5 a game. You
yeah,
can't go nowhere and get a basketball game, not even high school, for $5. And that was one of the things that I was adamant about. Keep it affordable. Because there's a mom or a dad in our community that has 3 or 4 kids, man, and to price them out at $60, $70 a ticket, they can't afford that. They can't afford that. So that was the one thing that I said from the very beginning. We're going to make it affordable for families to where a parent can bring their kids out there and they can get in that arena. They can enjoy some basketball. They can purchase refreshments. The kids can get things, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the key components of making this work. And luckily for me, I have the people around me that were able to, you know, strategically make that happen to make it where the tickets were affordable for the entire weekend. The high school game and showcase is $15 for both. So once you come in, you don't have to leave. It's all in one. So yeah, get those tickets, man. And then if you don't, you know, if it's a church or business, purchase a block of tickets for a youth group,
Yeah,
or kids at community centers. You know, it's the holiday season, man. You know, just give. I told you a long time ago, man, give to it hurt. You know, give to it hurt. We can't take none of this with us, man. So, you know, if you can put a smile on a kid face through some basketball and through a parade, or, you know, being able to accept a scholarship, it's worth it. You know, it's worth it. But yeah, we got more to come, man. So y'all stick with us. Shout out to all of the schools that's coming. We
big
gonna be
shout out.
hitting y'all up. Yeah, shout out to y'all. We're gonna make sure the kids are taken care of when they come to Greenville. You know, we're gonna give people something to talk about. I want them to go back to school and be like, yo, we going back to Greenville to play. I don't know if, you know, we gonna make it to another arena, but if we do, it better be able to top what they did in Greenville. We got the bells and whistles, man. We I promise you we do. We got the bells and whistles.
Well, hey man, thank you for coming on, for your time today, guys. Again, go get those tickets. Only $20. If you're coming to the high school game, it's 15. You cannot beat those prices. All the information is at the bottom. Just look below, and we will be back next week for episode 2 to get you guys more excited and get you a little bit more information of what's to come with this spectacular weekend. Tyler Butler, this is CC Ivory. Catch you next week.
Love, bro. Appreciate you.